let's move to the tablespace utilization and all that. Tablespace management. So we just now we have used a command like whatever system CSOX undo that is present. Let me use the same command once again. Okay. So let's say we are going to create a table space called CDB underscore table spaces. Okay. So what will be the command? We want to create a table space. Create table space, and we can mention a name called CDB underscore table space to identify it. Table space. What else? Data file. What location? We have to get the detail where other data files has been created. So how to identify that? .orinv enable SQL plus ssdba. Okay. Now what command? dsc db underscore data underscore files. Select file name.
Okay.
So set line 200 pages 200. Okay. So look, we are seeing that we have a this type of disk group P201 DG1. Okay. Here system CSOX undo users that is present. So this is a ASM disk group. So now how to create data file? Yes, now I have to create a data file in ASM location. So I got a disk group name also. And you can mention size, whatever size you want to give, right? This is the correct thing. Okay, it got created, I believe. Enter. Look, this has been created. You don't have to worry about the location of a data file where it will be created. It will directly understand that whatever the location of data file, other data files, it will go to that particular disk group and it will create it. Only you have to mention the disk name. Yes, for a only disk name you have to disk group name you have to mention, not disk name, disk group name. And in case, let's say, in case you missed plus sign, okay, in case you missed plus sign, or let me use the command cdb underscore table space double e, okay, and I missed this plus sign. What will happen to this? This is very known issue that a junior DBA used to do, okay, and they are getting lot of escalation for that also. Okay, look, this is also created. Can we validate it whether it will create or not? It is created, but look, what is the location? This is the default location, isn't it? So a naming convention of this data file is also P201 DG1. So suppose we have created this data file and some data come to this data file. Okay, now what is your approach will be like this data file, whatever you have created, you want to move it to ASM disk group again. How to do this? This is your task. You will do this. And definitely this type of examples you will be getting in interview and in your real life work. Suppose by mistake you have created a data file in this location. Now what you will do? You'll be afraid like whom to approach and what will be the escalation metrics, and you'll be fired from the job and all that thing come to your mind, right? But if you are knowing this thing, basic things, so you don't have to worry about that. You'll directly follow certain 2 to 3 steps and this data file will be moved to this disk group. So this is one type of thing, how to create a data file in the or table spaces in a database. Okay, if you are having a ASM. Now coming to the question where whether we have a data file in CDB or a PDB, what is the key difference, where to create and all that. So we have a command called CDB underscore data files. Okay, and if you'll mention con id1, that means which table spaces and data file you want to view. If you have mentioned con id1, that means you want to display the value of table space
Container
container
database.
database. Very good. So look how much database and data file are there in this container database. This is pretty much similar what we have done earlier. Okay, now if you'll use this same thing with container id 3, because if you'll use show pdbs, you'll be seeing that pdb is having container id 3, isn't it? So let me see if the data file which we have created is present in container pluggable database or not. Look, we have only system CSOX undo and users. The table spaces or data file which we have created in CDB is not replicated to PDB. This is one scenario. So to create a table spaces or data file in any of the PDB or CDB, you have to log into that particular pluggable database or container database. We have created this 2 table spaces, right? 2 data file. where we have created it in CDB, right? So it is reflecting in CDB only. It is not reflecting in PDB. So if someone will ask you to create a data file in PDB, then you have to log into PDB and you have to follow the same steps. So the overall scenario is whenever you are creating a table space in the CDB, it won't be replicated to PDB or vice versa is not possible. To create a data file or table spaces, you have to log into a particular pluggable database or particular container database. Okay. Now, suppose I want to drop a table spaces, the CDB table spaces I want to drop. How to do that? Drop table space name, including contents and data files. This will be your command to drop a table spaces. Okay. Particular table spaces. If we'll validate it once again, we have successfully dropped that table space. Okay. Let me create a table space in PDB. Okay. So how to create it? Alter session set container equal to enable PDB. Okay. Now, what command we can use here is to create a table space. I'm going to create a pluggable table space in pluggable database. Create table space name, data file, and this group name. And the size you can mention whatever size you want to give, 1 MB. It is created now. Okay. Now, can you tell me if I want to add a data file, what can I do? Alter table space name, add data file, and this group name and the size. It got altered. Now you want to validate it with the view CDB underscore data underscore files. Look, we have PDB table space created with a data file name something and another PDB table space created with a data file name something. Okay, this is how we can create it in pluggable database. And suppose if you want to drop it, okay, what command I should use? Drop table space PDB underscore table spaces. Okay, enter. It got dropped. So earlier we have used this command as well, including contents and data files, right? But now we have used this command also. So any command you can use. If you are using this command and it is getting throwing an error, you can directly go ahead and use contents and data file on this command. Okay.